Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I'm George. We're all George. So today, let's talk about what happened with Bitcoin. We had a little dip, a little scare. But why did it happen? And also, let's talk about this Coinbase announcement. $1 billion purchase coming up. And let's talk about two top crypto for 2024. Let's do this. Welcome, guys. Take a look at where we are. You know, I just realized my camera is cutting the price out. There we go. Okay, so you can see we had a little dip today. A little dip down to 68.6. Cleared out a lot of leverage. Now we're back to 71.9, about 72,000. But overall, we're still going sideways. It's amazing how strong Bitcoin is. Still, after we broke above 69,000 this time around, we're hovering well above 71,000, right? Still looking pretty good. But why do we have this dip? Why do we have this? And then why do we have this one right here? Why do we have this one? Why do we have this one, right? Why do we have these sudden dips out of nowhere? Well, in case you're wondering, this is what is being done to drive out weak hands, to drive out retail investors. Okay, that's quite simply it. You have whales or market makers or manipulators, whoever they may be, that are basically doing a hammer grab, according to this. I didn't even know that's a term. But basically, they cause volatility, get people to get scared and sell out. But how could you be scared at 71,000, 72,000 Bitcoin, right? If you're scared now, I can't imagine how you were, or how you were back, like when we were at 50,000 or 40,000 or 30,000, right? No one should be falling for this. Zero should be falling for it. Okay, but this is done because the whales want to grab liquidity. Unfortunately, though, it seems like no one should fall for this, right? It seems like no one should be falling for this at this point in time. But guess what? Look at who sold today. Okay. You have 1,100, 1,200 Bitcoin being sold today from 0 to 1 Bitcoin addresses. You have 1 to 10 addresses that also sold 3,500. You have 10 to 100 Bitcoin selling 1,100. But guess who added? Guess who added the plus 100 Bitcoin addresses? Okay, in fact, it's a net positive today. But again, you could see the story has been the same the last 30 days. Look at how much the retail investors sold and how much the big whales bought. It's like clockwork. That's why. Like, these guys are doing it because it works. Somehow it convinces retail investors to sell. But those of you guys that have been watching me, you know that's not the right thing to do. We got to imitate these guys, okay? We have to buy low and sell high, not buy high and sell low, okay? That's not how you make money. So you got to be careful with these guys. They're the smartest and brightest, you could argue, in this space. And they will cause you to sell your life-changing wealth to them. They want to accumulate as much as possible. So just don't do it. Don't fall for the FUD. We have so much goodness happening right now, including this. Coinbase just announced they're going to offer $1 billion worth of convertible notes. Do you know who they got this idea from? Well, Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor just sold, $800 million? $600, $800 million of notes. And guess what he did with it? Buy a whole bunch of Bitcoin. What do you think Coinbase is going to do with this? Probably buy a whole bunch of Bitcoin, right? So that's exactly what's happening. See, Michael Saylor, I think he started a trend and other people are paying attention. This is a really easy way to raise a whole bunch of money, pay very low interest. These are also uncollateralized, meaning that if somehow they default or something, it's not like they're going to take the Bitcoin away. or take assets away, right? This is a really good opportunity to load up on Bitcoin. So that's exactly what Coinbase is doing. And who knows when that will be implemented. But pretty soon, like Michael Saylor, you know, he did it over the weekend really, really quickly. Really quickly. This is also quite funny. I'm just going to play this real quick. Okay, this is kind of condescending, but funny nevertheless.
Real estate because they expect
because they want to sell it eventually, Michael. I mean, let's be honest. Most of the people who are, yes, sure, some people pass it on to their children, but like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit. So let me say it a different way.
Okay. People that use fiat currency as a store of value, there's a name for them. We call them poor. Okay. Anybody that's
good old Michael Saylor. Basically, you never want to sell Bitcoin. You want to hold it forever and never cash out. Otherwise, you're poor. That's basically what he's saying. Anyways, it's not just Michael Saylor that's so bullish. Today, people realize that Drake also is posting Michael Saylor on his IG. This was posted on his IG, okay? Not something normally you would see on his IG page. Not that I would know, because I'm guessing because I don't follow Drake. But, you know, when Drake is posting Michael Saylor interviews, that's when you know FOMO is real, okay? So obviously this is very positive. We're going to see more and more and more people and companies and institutions turn to Bitcoin this cycle. It's not going to stop. So don't fall for the FUD like what happened today. In fact, I mean, Bitcoin's like right back up to 72,000. It's like what dip, right? But I know based on this, there are a lot of people that sell. There should be no one selling at this point unless you want to be poor, according to Michael Saylor, not me. But you definitely don't want to sell to the big boys that are causing the manipulation in the first place, right? As for ETFs, futures, I mean, ETF volume still sky high. We don't know. We don't know what Grayscale sold today. You know, maybe Grayscale sold a boatload today. I don't know. We'll see tomorrow, but volume is still sky high. Could be all-time high today. All-time high today as well. But you know what? Like I said, everyone's FOMOing in. Here's example. Patent Capital Management files to invest up to 15% of its $1.4 billion trust into ETFs. So you got other funds also that are allocating not a small amount, a pretty significant amount towards Bitcoin, right? That is absolutely fantastic. You just didn't hear about these things back in previous cycles. This is the first cycle ever that this started happening, and it's not going to stop. Okay. Outside of Bitcoin and Coinbase's big announcement, also I want to talk about two projects. One in particular made a new all-time high. Who is that? Injective. Why did Injective make an all-time high? Well, right now, I don't know if you guys paid attention. Ethereum fees are sky high. When I try to send Ethereum, it's really ridiculously high. When you try to buy anything, it's high, right? So you got a lot of L1s that are benefiting. L2s are going to benefit soon because there's a big Decun upgrade that's coming. But you have a lot of other L1s like Injective that are just doing really well. They broke out. They're in their 50s now. They have formed an all-time high. Whales are accumulating. And not only that, they are just doing a whole lot of stuff. Okay? A whole lot of stuff. They have an NEVM, okay, which enables Ethereum developers to build dApps, okay? And they support Cosm WASM, which is like the development language within Cosmos. So they support both. And they're also working on one where Solana devs could also come into Injective as well. They have actually a big partnership with Solana too, with their name service. But there's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of bridges happening, right? They have a new standard, CW20 standard. They have their own meme. They have a whole bunch of stuff going on. And they, of course, have a lot of transactions. 500 million on-chain transactions, right? I've talked about Injective quite a lot in the past. They were one of the top performers in 2023, only failing to beat Bonk, which was absolutely crazy. But this year, they start out slow. Now they're picking back up. All-time high already. They keep shattering their previous all-time high. So absolutely fantastic project. I think they will continue to do well in this cycle. Now, the other L1 is, of course, Solana. And I talk about Solana quite a bit. They're hovering around 150, right? And, of course, they're dubbed Ethereum killer. You have a whole lot of games, NFT projects, dApps. They're moving from Ethereum to Solana. There's a ton of them. And more will be doing so in the future. Of course, they're also leading in memes. A lot of you guys know about these memes. You have FOMO'd into them, and I have bought some into them too, but their volume is just exploding. They're also doing a lot of airdrops with a lot of their projects, right? And of course, all-time high with addresses as well. And they got their phones, they got everything, right? So 2 major L1 crypto altcoins for 2024 has to be Solana and Injective. Doesn't mean that they're absolutely best or will be the best performing, but I do think there is a lot going on with those 2. All right, and with that said, Bitcoin's back up to 72,000. How can anyone be fearful right now? Every day I check my portfolio, it's a new all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high. Hopefully that is the same with you guys. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, let's see here. I missed some super chats above. Let me see if I see it. Dark Knight sent us a $10 super chat. Hey, George, a few nights ago, I thought I heard you say Arbitrum could go to 400. Was that a mistake? Do you really think it can? Yes, I said it could go up 10x. So I certainly think that is possible. Where are they? Where's Arbitrum? I skipped them somewhere. Uh, 10x is 20. Okay. Yeah, 400 is not right. I don't think I said that. I said it could be a 10x, 20x, but yeah, that would make it like $20 or $40, not $400. Okay. Why is AVAX pumping? I just covered that yesterday. Today is kind of like a L1 day. Obviously, Injective pump, Avalanche pump. I covered Avalanche yesterday because they have a whole bunch. Actually, they're going to announce something huge with their memes, right? They said they were going to support memes. They're going to make a big announcement soon. There's that and games. They have a whole bunch of games. They have this big game from South Korea that's coming on board Avalanche. So that's why I said I think games, the gaming narrative is going to be big this year. And Avalanche is kind of leading the way. They kind of like fell into it. They're not really a gaming chain, but they kind of made themselves a gaming chain. All right. Laser 420. I don't know. Am I not saying it right? Lasky gifted 1 membership. Great. Are you not taking profits? Chef Rap, first of all, don't at me. And second of all, I have sold because I did need to pay a lot of stuff for my new house and so forth this year. But right now, I don't plan on selling anything. I think it's too early. I think we're way too early in this cycle. We have a lot more room to grow. I don't think we're anywhere near top. So I'm not taking any significant profits by any means. I just want to make sure I have cash on the side. That's about it. I don't have any thoughts on AMP. I know they are pumping. There's no reason for it, so just don't fall for it. Steven, Phantom start out as L2. Their whole point was to scale EVM compatible dApps. Then they kind of turned it L1, kind of like Polygon. So back in the day, we had a lot of L2s that were L1s, but we call them L2s because they were scaling solutions. But now we have true L2s like Arbitrum and Optimism that uses ETH to pay for gas and doesn't use their own tokens for gas. So that's the reason why. But they're still meant to be L2 for ETH. Your thoughts on Green BTC project launching soon? That's just way too specific, man. I have no idea what Green BTC project you're talking about. If Bitcoin hits $500 in this cycle, you're probably retiring. But can we have a 24-hour stream to celebrate? Okay, first of all, Bitcoin's not hitting $500 in this cycle. I mean, if it does, here's what I'm going to do. I will stream 24 hours. And I will give away $100,000 during that 24-hour stream. I'll just randomly give out Bitcoin until I hit $100,000. That's what I'll do for you. If we hit $500,000 by the end of this cycle. Sequalo, is that how you say it? Have you seen that Chems that made a return from 2021 is now on Sol? Same team as before, just got bullish. I have no idea. Another meme. OCG, okay. Yeah, I have no idea who they are. Good for them, though. Good for them. Sold all OMI, realized the bad coin and team. There's so many coins in meme that do better than OMI. OMI feels like a Slurpee. I don't know. I don't know about the bad team and all, but Ecomi, you know, they seem to just lost a lot of momentum. And a lot of their supposed IPs don't really sync up. You know, I used to support them. You know, I said, hey, they got Disney, they got Marvel, they got an NFL, they got all these like huge IPs. But then I started noticing that Disney also has NFTs elsewhere. NFL also have NFTs elsewhere. So like, I don't know what kind of IP they actually have. Is Ninja the injective meme? Yes, it is. I haven't checked it recently. Might be up quite a lot. At what point would you not sell? Is there something you look at to see if there's a 4-year cycle is invalid? At what point buy would you not sell? I don't know what you mean. Like if I think there's huge potential and it's not gonna go anywhere, I just don't sell it. Like I've held Bitcoin for a very long time. You know, there's others I've added to my portfolio, but there's some that's been in there for a long time. Like, I just don't see a need. I mean, I'm not saying no one should never take profits. I think everyone should have a cash pile. As long as you have that cash pile and you're able to continue DCA and dollar cost average in and or buy the dips, then you're fine. GST. Green Satoshi. Yeah, not looking at that. Cock got listed on MEXC. Actually, they're just a derivative. So now you can play leverage on Cock. So you can leverage your Cock. So just be careful with that. A lot of people trying to shield tips. But I prefer cock. Spanish lessons. Thank you. Capstone, new member. Welcome. Did you see the interview where Saylor calls fiat poor? Yes, in fact, I actually showed it right here. Basically, people who rely on fiat are who you call poor. That's according to Saylor. Not a fan of Brett. Too much controversy. Like, did it start on base or did it start on Sol? People are saying it started on Sol first. I don't know. Too much controversy. That's not who I care about. I care about the beams that I know are solid projects. I spoke to Sneck today. I found one of their community members who's going to be participating in the next IFC, fighting someone against Cock. So it's going to be Sneck versus Cock fight. That's going to be huge. Still supporting Kulo. They are doing absolutely fantastic. They are pumping up to the moon. And Moon Daddy is working very hard. How do you feel about the gaming project POLC? Polka City. Oh, this is a very, 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 very old game, man. Very old game. They are done. Very hyped up before. Very hyped up. Kulo was very easy by Uniswap. Yeah, I didn't even know they had on Uniswap. I always use QuickSwap. So QuickSwap, Astro Lounge, now Uniswap. Here's the thing. A lot of people don't know how to use like a DEX, right? But it's really quite simple. First of all, you need to know how to use a wallet. Download a wallet, self-custody wallet. Play around with it first. And then you can, utilize the swaps and DEXs. Tony. Coins appear to my Coinbase wallet. Unsolicited, is it dangerous? That happens often. Just make sure that you're not doing anything with it. It's usually like NFTs. They send you like scam ads or something. But if you receive tokens, they're like, they can't hack it or anything. But they sometimes that happens. What's Fufu? Down 22%. And it's less than $1 million market cap. So I think that's a bad project. WIF or Myro will get Coinbase listings. Well, WIF is going to get it for sure. It's already over $2 billion. Myro should, but Myro kind of shot themselves in the foot. Or someone shot them in the foot. They're 300 million still. They were like neck and neck with WIF, and WIF just like blew off. But they could still be added. Green BTC, it's a stake to earn reward token based on predicting BTC's price. Not on CMC yet, still in pre-sale. That sounds like a horrible idea. Sounds like a gambling, one of those gambling prediction apps. And any project that has Bitcoin in its name, I would say is bad. No one should use Bitcoin in its name. Earlier was Cradle of Sins. Yeah, someone said that. $2 million market cap on BNB. I'm just gonna say this. Any project that you see that's on BNB is really hard to pump. I'll just say that. There's very little projects on BNB that actually pumps. There's just not a lot of traction on BNB. I hate to say it. Anyways, okay, moving forward here. VR and PC cross-platform, okay. A lot of cool graphics, that's for sure. You know what this comes down to is marketing. So first of all, I'm not a big fan of VR. I hate it. So that's a big negative for me. And second of all, when it comes to games like this, there are a lot in this space. It really comes down to marketing, whether you can market well, right? So it seems like they're still early. They have to market the hell out of this game. Pepe with hat. No thanks. How am I today? I'm actually feeling pretty good because my portfolio is all-time high, so can't complain. Should I ease my cock into culo? Why did I put the spaces? If you made a lot with cock, then sure. Culo, I think, is still relatively small, so thoughts on Hemul, stay away from it. Aerodrome, I'm neutral. Keith, new member. Where can I find Kulo's contract address? Just go to Dex Tools. It's on Polygon. There's copycats. Right there. 33 million. Contract address is right here. On the right, on the left side here. Just make sure it's Polygon and it's not any other... Not on Sol or something. Why do you never recommend a hardware wallet? You know why? Because mobile wallets and browser wallets have gotten so good and they're so convenient, right? Cold wallets, of course, are the most safe, but the only thing you want to put in there is like Bitcoin or something that you never want to touch and lock it away forever. But for everything else, mobile wallets and yeah, especially mobile wallets and browser wallets, they're good. They're really good. Joe A, new member, awesome. I'm jamming to Kulo by Pitbull while my packs pump. That's awesome. Do you need 2FA for MetaMask, or is it like Exodus with no 2FA? It's like Exodus, but you can also hook up your Ledger and Treasure to MetaMask for 2FA, right? So it's like that. It also has a password too. Yeah, right back up to 72,000. Trump with hat, no thanks. Kim says, what advice would you give someone who bought low? Someone who bought low to mentally be satisfied with selling on the way up when it could go either up or down a lot. Just your opinion. Kim, I don't know what you're asking. You're like, it sounds like you bought low, which is good. I don't know what you mean, bought low to mentally be satisfied with selling on the way up. Like you're saying you want to take profits on the way up? Hey, if that's what you're asking, no one ever gets hurt taking profits. So don't be like, you know, don't be afraid to take profits, right? You got to have cash on the side. You have to lock in the gain sometime, okay? Man, just noticed Kulo going up more, 34 million. Fantastic. Krem. Hope the trip down to Florida went well. In fact, TWC was actually better than I expected. It was actually a good event. A lot of good people there. We had great speakers. Awesome. How was your time with Collecting Flux? I did spend some personal time with Dan. Actually, we went shopping together for our wives. So I got to know Dan a little bit better. So I'd say overall he's a pretty good guy. And I think Flux is going places. Onyx Coin? Never heard of it. Ooh, looks fishy here. Can't be reached. Okay, let's go skip that. Have you heard of Nibiru Chain launched today? Nope. If it launched today, I have no idea. Can you look at Ghost Chain? No. Why do you have to replace them with zeros? This? 2 million? No thanks. What's the price prediction for Solana? I don't know. I think it'll be $1,000 by the end of the year. I don't know about by the end of the cycle. Maybe it could be 2,000 or 3,000. That's a little. We're still a little off from 2025. So I'll just say I think it could hit $1,000 by the end of this year. Is Kulo getting listed on Coinbase? Or Binance? I have no idea. Hopefully they get big enough and one day they can. But right now they're still a very, very, very small project. Do you think Polygon could reach $10 a cycle? Polygon? Yeah, I think so. $10? $10 should be easy for them. Benki? Haven't looked into them. Not enough. So I can't say. Which hot wallets do you recommend? Trust Wallet, Coinbase Wallet, they're two good ones. A lot of people use Robinhood Wallet, which I have not used, but I hear it's pretty good. And MetaMask and Phantom, they're both good. And they're MetaMask and Phantom are both mobile and browser wallets, so they're also good. Have I heard of AI Tech? No, someone showed me before, but no. Why is Raven coin so slow? Because it's a coin that helps people make securities, and that's a big no-no. One of my buddies waiting for a decent pullback, but I don't think it will happen with all the inflows. Yeah, I don't know. Based on history, we should have like a 20-25% pullback sometime, but the ETFs are eating so much, I don't know if we're going to see that. They're just eating too much. So can we get another 15% drop? Yeah, that could happen. 25, 30%, 35%? I don't know. What do you think about Orange? Well, I do have some Orange tokens. They're trying to be a big wallet for Bitcoin in Stacks, BRC20. They're trying to be an incubator. So I wish them well. However, BRC20 stuff, very fierce. There's so many projects coming out that's BRC20 based. But I hope they do well. All right, guys. To conclude, don't be fearful of any FUD or dip. There will be market makers and whales that try to drive you out. Right? And, you know, based on today's data, a lot of people sold. I don't quite get it. We're at 72,000. How could anyone be fearful? Stay strong, my friends. The big boys, they're not going away. Coinbase is buying more, and a whole lot of other people are buying more. So make sure you stay strong, stay focused, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, have a good one. Last question, thoughts on AI protocol? I like them. I think they have potential. All right. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.